What's up, guys? Back with another one. Today we're talking about pricing for social media marketing, how I price my services. The key component to how I think is the best way to do it is the long-term value of a customer. So we're gonna get into that right now. First of all, if you're new around here, welcome. I invite you to subscribe. It is free. I will be sharing my journey as I try to get more clients. Right now, I'm just a dude with one social media marketing client working at a restaurant, trying to make it happen for himself. If that interests you, hit the subscribe button, the like button, all that good stuff. So let's get right into the first thing that you need to get out of your head, I think, is that you shouldn't really have like packages of services that you pitch to businesses. This is a notion that many of you guys have probably taken the Tai Lopez course, that course kind of preaches. And I think this violates like kind of the number one thing that applies to most situations in social media marketing, and that is that every business is different and every situation is different, and that's what makes this business like a thing that anyone can't just go pick up cookie cutter and do really easily. It takes learning the knowledge that is available to everyone on the internet, which is so cool. But the fact that every business is unique, and every skill you learn takes a specific application in every single unique situation that comes up in social media marketing. That's where the skill is, and that's what separates the people that are willing to do that extra mile and figure out how this individual business needs to be served. So that's the first thing. Get that out of your head, that you can have these cookie cutter tiers of packages that can apply to each business. Every business is in a different place as far as revenue, what they can afford to pay for these marketing services that we provide. Every business is in a different financial situation, even in the same niche. Like, there could be a restaurant that's like $100 a plate, has a lot of seats, and fills it every night. That business is gonna bring in a lot more than a little like breakfast diner on the corner, you know? Another difference you need to look at business to business is the long-term value of the customer to each business. So that restaurant, for example, the long-term value of a customer, let's say they stay a regular for 3 years, goes to the restaurant once a month, and it's $100 a head, and they go with one other person every time. This is the kind of numbers you kind of have to run through to figure out what your services are worth for this restaurant. So let's do it. What did I say? 100 once a month for 36 months times 2, because they're bringing somebody every time. 7,200. Think about it like that. So if you promote an offer to a restaurant that gets 10 people to redeem per month, and one of them becomes a regular, then that's the kind of thing you have to realize in the long run that your services are actually worth. And this is the kind of value you need to convey to the business owner in the meeting. I definitely recommend like going through doing this kind of math for yourself as you're prospecting and before you actually meet with the business owner. This is gonna do a couple things. You're gonna see how possible the return on investment is that you can bring in the business before you even meet with them. You're gonna know exactly what you're bringing to the table. So let's do the math like for a different business. So like a dentist, for example. Let's say so people go to the dentist twice a year. Maybe they stay with that dentist for 5 years, and my client right now actually is a dentist, and they say that it's about like $200 to $250 every time that they make from a patient coming in for their routine visit. This isn't counting like extra stuff that they can throw on. This is like money they can rely on for one visit. So let's put it in the middle. $225 twice a year for 5 years is around like $2,000 to $2,500. So if you can bring them 2 clients in a month, you've made them $4,000 to $5,000. So if you can walk through that, show them directly, step by step, that over long term you're making them $4,000 to $5,000 for 1 month, then you should be able to pitch to that business owner confidently that it's worth paying you $1,000 a month and maybe spending $200 to $500 on advertising. So spending $1,500 to make $4,000 to $5,000. This is the thing you have to drive home, and like the importance of the long-term, finding the long-term value and like walking through that math for each business that you're about to have a meeting with. So in the meeting, you need to use the long-term value of a customer and like an offer they have already and show them step by step and connect the dots how your services directly make them money. How it goes from their offer in a Facebook post to the reach the post gets to the number of clicks. Facebook like estimates this for you in the ads manager to, you know, a ballpark of how many people are probably gonna redeem that offer, down to how a percentage of those people that actually come in that might become a long-term guest or client for that business. And you can go step by step in the meeting in the ads manager and like make an ad or have this process like outlined in a PowerPoint so that you can show them this. Once you've connected the dots for the business owner, using their offer and their long-term value to show specifically how you're gonna make them money, if you can outline this confidently and properly, then they're gonna believe you and they're gonna pay you. And that's why you hear some people say that like free trials aren't worth it, because this is the proper way to pitch the service in the meeting, by going in depth like this and doing the math for what you're actually worth to each specific individual business. If you do all this in the meeting, then they're gonna believe that you can bring these results because you believe you can bring them these results because you've done the math. As far as what the ROI is that you should aim to bring the business and like justify them spending on you, at least 2 times. So if you've done the math, you figured out the long-term value of the customer, you figured out how much business you'll likely be able to bring this potential client in a month, and let's say you can ballpark that you'll be able to bring them between $3,000 to $5,000 in extra revenue from your services, then you should be able to confidently justify paying $1,000 for your services and $500 for ad spend. Spend $1,500 to make $3,000 to $5,000. That should be something that you can pitch confidently to a business owner. And the thing that's always in my head that is key to say to them in the meeting is that that's less than a full-time employee at their business. And the greater the business is, like if it's a dentist or something, like paying a receptionist or a hygienist or something, like it's way less than a full-time employee for what you're bringing them. And that's something that you really need to clearly communicate too, especially if they start objecting. If you haven't conveyed the the step-by-step your service to money to them, then and they object, then that's something you can pull out. So that's been the video, guys. I hope that was a good way to think about like kind of how much are you worth to a business. Just remember, know the long-term value of a customer before the meeting, do the math and figure out what you can probably bring for this business, and then just confidently walk them through that in the meeting. And they should see no problem with paying guys like you and me to do their marketing services for them. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, throw a like on there, subscribe if you want to follow my journey. Let me know where you are along the way in the comments. How many clients do you have? Have you just started trying to sign clients? And yeah, follow along. I'd love to have you. I'm striving to thrive, baby. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.